Hey everybody, I just wanted to be just something that we're going to record so that we can put it into the back office. Also, this is something that you can also share with your new recruits. Also, if you are just freshly getting started or restarting your business, this is a great time to see exactly what you need to be able to want to do, okay? Because everybody wants to do one thing, and that thing to pursue their purpose, no matter what that is, all right? You did not come here to sell another pill, potion, lotion, wrap, or a tea, but you come here to understand your number one asset, to be able to go ahead and pursue whether it's a business, an idea, or a calling. This is something for you and for you alone, okay? So the first thing we want to do is to make sure that you understand how to apply what this is to you and your particular purpose, how we want to say that, okay? So let's dive on in. And what we want to do, first of all, okay, because you want to understand how to increase the income. That's what most people want to do when they're looking for an opportunity, or they, when you first start your business, okay? Well, even if it's a nonprofit or something like that, no matter what it is, you still need, right, the capital. Okay, so we want to do is start at the right foundation. Okay, so I'm going to show you real quick how to look at your number one asset. Okay, because what we do now that you are a home-based business owner, if you're watching this, that means you are a part of Myecon, or if you're watching this and you have not become an enrolled, but this is why you want to enroll. So you can also watch as well. Okay? So let's look at the basic foundation of increasing your cash flow, right? Because a lot of times you're out there working, or you're out there trying to produce or sell something. And what we're going to show you how to do is have strategies to outweigh or not have to sell, okay? Because you want to do things like second jobs or garage sales or those types of things to add income. But what you do is increase your cash flow. So let's look at that right quick, okay? Now, what you can see in front of you is what we call ready money, okay? Those things that you're already paying right now. This is your mortgage. This is your utilities, cell phone, your mileage, okay? Meals and entertainment, internet. These are things that you're doing already. You're already stroking a check to pay for these every month, okay? So wouldn't it make sense to get some of this back into your household, thereby doing what? Increasing your cash flow. So let's take a look at it. What we're talking about is home-based business, writing off or deductions for your lifestyle. Writing off your lifestyle, okay? So let's look at it. $1,000 a month, for a mortgage, and that's just, it's minimum. That's a minimum estimation. And what we're going to do is look at about 20% of that being a write-off or tax deduction, to be able to write off already money, right? You're paying out 1,000. Wouldn't it be nice to get back 200? Okay, and in a year, that's 2,400. So what we're going to do is go down and look at each one of these and see what it is that we can do. Utilities, 20%, it's $100 coming back. Income shifting into your household, $100 a year. Cell phone, it was $100 going out anyway. Now, let's look at approximate $85 of that coming back in, $1,000 a year. Mileage, okay? Understand you're going to have something, a business, an idea, or a calling, okay? So part of this driving around you'll be doing is business miles. So at 56 cents a mile, that's $5,600 for the year, okay, at 10,000 miles. 200, 50%, that's $100, $1,200. Internet, 100%, $50 is $600, okay? So all of this together, these are write-offs, okay? This is how you establish your foundation, by getting back to your household, which was once leaving your household. Okay, now it's $12,000. We're going to round that off. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to see, how did this change your household? Right away, what happened was you were giving away this money. Now a portion of it is coming back. So that means that portion that came back to you, you no longer have to pay taxes on that amount. Okay, that 12,000 was a write-off. So 12,000, you don't have to pay taxes on that. So therefore, that is literally $3,600 coming back to your household. Okay, because most of us are on a 30% tax bracket. Okay, 30% of 12,000, that's $3,600 coming back because you wrote off $12,000. Okay, now what's going to happen is you're going to be excited, right? Because if somebody in your circle knew this, you will want them to tell you, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to reward you for telling other people, okay? So let's imagine, could tell a couple people here or there, you create about $200 a month. $200 a month. That's all we're saying. Now that's $2,400 for the year. So now total earned, your foundation has increased by $6,000. Your cash flow increased by $6,000. Let's look at it. All right. You had already money that you're already writing checks to pay for. A portion of that now comes back into your household. You tell other people how to help them save. Therefore, you increase your cash flow by 6,000. Now, if you had 600,000 of already money, you could place that at a 1%, or you had 200,000. You could place that somewhere earning 3%, and you could get back 6,000. 600,000 at 1%, that gives you 6,000. But if you already had, let's say, already money of 100,000, maybe you have that sitting around somewhere, then you can just simply take that and invest it and get 6% if you know how to get 6% returns. Okay, and that'll give you $6,000. Okay, or you can simply have your own base business, which you have now, right? And now you have $29. So what you're doing, so you can understand, you're exchanging $35 a month so that you can get back into your household. Okay, $12,000 in write-offs, coming down to $6,000 coming back to you a year. Okay, and that's just the beginning, right? So I wanted to show you how that 85, 90% of America, how you of yourself, number one, to get the understanding of cash flow, the wealth that you need to start with is already in your household, but you have to understand how to shift that income back. Okay, so let's look at how to get that going, right? So we looked at, this is our number one asset, this is our foundational thing, so we can know what we do to start this. We have our W-4 adjusted, and that's another video, or just simply go to your mentor or the AVP that actually signed you up or enrolled you into the Myecon Real University, okay? And if you were enrolled and you came in online, just simply reach out to me by texting 805-387-3639, okay? So now that we know this, now that we know, okay, where's the money come from? So many people do what? They go out and say sell, sell, sell in order to increase the income, but they don't give you the education. So what we do is give you the education. The education then increases your cash flow by telling you, hey, you already had the money. So now let's see what we need to do by looking at the one-page document that's going to take you wherever you want to go, okay? Because your number one asset is the mindset, the mind frame that you take to apply the strategy. So your business becomes your number one asset, and you be able to strategize your way to wealth, not sell your way to wealth, okay? So let's go back here. So let's share our other piece so you can see what else we were looking at, okay? And I hope you guys are having a good time, getting yourself all prepared, because you have that purpose, you have that calling, So the biggest thing that you got to do is you got to replace your fear, okay, with your why. You got to replace your fear, right? The false evidence appearing real. You got to replace that with your why. And what is your why? Your why is that thing that wakes you up. Your why is why you got started. The why is that passion that burns within, okay? So let's share the other piece here so I can show you the portion that you need, okay? All right, guys, you should be able to see that pretty good there. And this is the one-page document that you need. You can download this by simply going to the Facebook page. You can download this by going into the Purpose Pursuer Real University back office, www.purposepursuer.com, and just go into your library. If you have not registered, go to the store first and then register for your real membership. Once you're registered, you're able to go back there and download the documents, okay? If you need questions or anything, be sure to let one of us know, and we can make sure that you get there, okay? So let me make sure you guys can see what I can see, and we can get back to where we need to be. All right, let's go ahead. I think we're cooking with grease now, okay? I mean, enlarge just a little bit so you can see. All right, I think that's up there now, guys, so you can see what I see. And so what we're going to do is make sure that you guys understand where you are. The only one page that you need. And when you have this page, you're able to do the things that you're easily, get to your goal. Because what we want to do is make sure you have the proper map. Okay, something to actually follow when you're getting and you're brand new. Okay, so when you're brand new, then it's easy to see, the pieces that you need. Okay. Right. So now, if you see, the first goal is to make sure that you strive toward the EVP goal. Okay. EVP goal used to be about 8 associates. Right now, EVP goal is at 2 associates that you help people to get. Okay. Because the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to get you to where you want to be, of course. So we go in and take those first initial steps to adjusting your W-4, increasing your cash flow, starting you on your cash flow strategist, implementing the steps rather on your cash flow manager. Okay, so when you do those things, okay, you accomplish your minor. You've accomplished the bits and pieces that you need to do. Okay. And we have those steps when you can actually follow those, okay? But this right here, we're going to show you where you want to go, okay? Now, what you want to do is make sure, as you see at the top, to go ahead and make sure you are a part of the Facebook fan office. That's, of course, that's just facebook.com/Myecon, and just make sure you get into that. And the training here we have here is at www.purposepursuer.com. Okay, that's where you can find in the training. You just go there, and you can, like I said before, make sure you go to the library. The store rather. You go to the store, and you'll be able to get the real membership, register, and then you'll get your email, and then just come back, and you can start fresh and brand new. Okay. Now, remember what we're talking about, the foundation. So we have 2 people when they joined. The first person says they want to take advantage of these strategies and make sure I get, my purpose and my calling, make sure I get my business, my idea, whatever that is, get me to the point where I want to be. Number 1, okay? Number 2 says, I'm definitely going to do those steps as well. I want to get myself where I want to be. But I understand, too, that I'm going to help others by simply pointing them to videos like this, and then thereby helping me to increase my business income. So those are the 2 people. So let's start with number 1. Applying this to you, okay? We start out with their number 1 asset already, okay? So what we do is you see the top box to your left, okay? And that says to download your cash flow manager and your Myecon mobile app to your phone. All right. So you should already have Myecon emails. Okay, there's two emails that would have came to you, and if you don't have those, and you need to find those, you can press pause right now, and you can go grab that. Okay, now for those that have grabbed that and you see that, all you have to do, you're going to see where you have your 4-digit number, and you're going to have your website where you register. Simply go there, enter in your username, which is what you called your website, is the first part of your Myecon website. Okay. And then put in the 4 digits as your password. Once you do that, you'll be able to adjust your password for permanency. Okay. All right. So then you can go back there and just simply go to your BMC home and hit your new mobile apps and download the apps to your phone. Okay. All right. And anytime you think this is, you need to take a step or two, simply pause and you can come right back. Okay. Now, of course, you'll see a couple of steps that you go into those and downloaded those now. Or maybe right before you download it, you had a question, said, hey, this said that I may have to pay for this. No, just don't worry about that there. Just continue. That's not for you. You already have the membership, so you don't have to pay for the mobile app, okay? So next, what we're going to do is make sure you set up your direct deposit, right? Because at some point in time, it's going to be a referral that's going to come, whether you're just doing this for yourself right now and you're not really, just diving into helping others, okay? You still want to set that up, all right? Get your direct deposit set up, and then the next step, complete your W-9, and then from there, make sure you complete that completely, submit, sure that you complete your cash flow strategist. That is your financial blueprint, okay? When you do these things, this is where you're going to get everywhere you want to, your end goals. You'll be able to accomplish those, because what you don't track, you can't manage, okay? And what you don't manage, you can't track. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to have a complete, solid way, schedule, blueprint to get yourself to the end goal. Okay, so once you've done these things, okay, these things are for your base. This is your foundation. Okay, now once you do these things, you come back and you talk to your mentor, the person that helped you to enroll, let them know you've accomplished these steps. Okay, now for those that want to go on and want to help others by simply pointing them to videos like this, to pointing them to others like myself, like your other mentors, your other EVPs, okay? You just simply pointing them to presentations. That creates residual and passive income for you. How do you do that? What's the best way? We have a 5P system that we always use, okay? And those 5 Ps are listed right here on your page. And we'll start here, and I'm going to list them all, then come back. Okay? Prospecting, number 1. Number 2, peak and pass. Peak and pass. You can see that right here in front of you if you're taking notes. And then number 3, present. Okay? So I'm going to go with those right now because those are in the middle of the screen. So let's look at prospecting. Prospecting is simply listening to others. That's simply saying, hey, I am open to hear what other people's challenges and issues are, right? So you may hear them say they have a lack of time, a lack of freedom, a lack of money, or whatever these issues are, right? You'll be able to get them to an understanding. So you're just simply listening, okay? So as you're listening, you also are going to start with a inventory list, okay? Just like if you open up a factory or a restaurant or whatever it may be, you got to have your hamburgers, your bread, whatever it is, you got to have it. You got to have your inventory, okay? Because what we're doing, we're going into business. We're not just doing a little thing. We're setting aside something solid that we're going to say, hey, this is going to retire me or going to give me extra money to provide for my retirement income. Okay, so let's get strong and think strong with the process, right? So we're going to use our par sheet, which simply is a 50, 15, and 5 sheet that you can see as a download as soon as you get into your back office, into the Real You back office or the Purpose Pursuer back office. Like I said, any questions, just simply you can drop them here, or you can simply ask the person, or you can reach out to me at 807-3639, and we can walk you through exactly what steps that you've had I mean, with the questions that you have with these steps, okay? So you get those, you write down at least 50 people, 5 friends, 5 coworkers, 5 church members, right? What you're doing is you're just simply activating, those things, or the individuals that you probably can help, okay? Because who doesn't need a little extra money without having to worry about selling something, okay? Now, let's look at it. Once you were prospecting, you listened to what they heard, listen to what they said, and you said, hey, I've heard you say you had a problem with X, Y, and Z. Have you ever heard of the 369 financial transformation? Have you ever heard of reality? Have you ever heard of income shifting? You listen. Generally they say no, 99% of the times, right? And you have your follow-up phrases right here before you in the box to your right? And it says, hey, they're just looking for key leaders that are going through or having that you're having of right? They're looking for people that like to increase their credit or get, debt elimination. They're looking for people that want cash flow success and to minimize their taxes, right? And then, the thing is, it always be to the point to where you can say, hey, and they say, well, what is that? What do they do? I don't know. That's why I'm gonna pass this to you. I'm just getting going, and I don't want to mess anything up. But they're helping me to do, and then give them what are we helping you to do? What they're helping me to do, boom, 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 right? Whatever that is, and you just simply say, hey, watch the video, and I'm sure it can help you with the challenge of you. Okay, peak them, pass them. Don't start telling, right? Don't start saying, don't start stating, right? Just simply pass them, okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that you have this in front of you. If you work with this in front of you, right, then you can understand how to go through the process. Be a couple seconds. Okay, now, when you see here on the bottom, on the left side, right? What you're doing is you peaked and pass, right? Now, after you pass them to the www.incomeshifting.com, you're going to say, when is the time that you will have 10 uninterrupted minutes? Or you can say, you don't have to say those words. You can say, hey, when do you think you have 10 free minutes? Because I don't know if it'll help you, but I know that since you had the challenge of this, this, and this, it has helped many others that I've seen the same challenge. When would you have a free 10 minutes? And they can say, well, I can check it out this time, this time, right? And they'll say, and then you just say, okay, great, because I'll make sure that I have one of the experts that I'm working with to help you as well and answer any questions you may have. Right? Now you're helping them with their challenges. Matter of fact, you got an expert. You're going to go get an expert to help you help them. Okay? So now when you tell them the expert, you don't have to know any particular expert you're talking about, right? Because we all are working together with you. So you simply say, the person has, and knows, 100% of the facts. You can see it right here in your view in front of you, okay? The person knows 100% of the facts, is in position to make tons of money, has helped tons of people succeed, and has been trained by the best of the best. I'm going to make sure they have 3 or 4 minutes, to speak with you. And I know you said it's going to be this time and this time, right? They already tell you what time it was. I'm going to make sure that they have at least, because they're pretty busy. When's another time you think that would be good for you as well? And they say, well, cool, generally I can do, such and such time as well, right? Because remember, you're doing business. Let them understand that you're busy and you're working with busy people, okay? Now you have those 2 times set up. Now you're calling back at that time. You're going to have myself, somebody else that's going to be an expert with you, on hold, ready, because of that. Or you just may go ahead and call them first, and then let the expert that is going to be there, let them know you get ready to call that individual, okay? So once you do that, now you can have a presentation done by the expert that you're bringing on the line, okay? Now the expert is going to say, hey, how'd you like the presentation that you saw? Then the expert is going to give them their own mini presentation, which is their why. About 15, 30 seconds of, hey, I like that too, what you saw on incomeshifting.com. And this is why I started with my econ. And this is what I was doing before my econ. And now I'm able to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. And see, you'll get to know this. You'll get to know and understand the whole process. Okay. And what this will do is it will, just like you do on your job, on your business, whatever it is that you have now. Right. When you started, you had to learn their culture. You had to learn their way of doing things. You had to learn the position that you were in. Okay. You took the time to learn that because you knew that you were going to get a check in 2 to 3 weeks. Remember how many weeks you had to put in the hole, right? So that's what you have to do here in order to get to where you want to be. You have to say, okay, hey, how do we do what we do here? Okay, well, this is what we do, right? So you learn these things by plugging in to the system. And as you see, that's number 4. Number 4 says, hey, once the presentation is done, the expert will then plug them into the next step. The expert will then say, hey, we're going to have, somebody's going to go over that in detail on the presentation. And you might plug them into the corporate presentation. You might plug them into another presentation done by Terrence Hill, okay? So it could be any one of those things. So the goal is to help the individual move through the process without actually touching them, okay? Without actually saying, hey, I'm selling you something, okay? Because we're simply saying, hey, we have a solution for what you just told us you had a challenge about, okay? So now we plug to the next step, right? And then what we want to do is, if that plug into the next step is a yes, they want to better themselves or get over the challenge, they say, yes, I want to enroll. Then we plug them into the same system that you see here, the same videos, the same very process. Then you continue with your purpose. And then they do their purpose, which creates for you residual income, okay? Once you have that, the last step is to promote. What are you promoting? You're going to promote them to make sure they adjust the W-4 like we talked about in the beginning. Are they eliminating debts, right? Do they understand being the number 1 asset? Are they lowering expenses? Are they starting to invest, okay? What about their cash flow strategist, okay? So these things are all going to be in place, right? So when you know what to do when you're new, then these are the steps that you should be following on a continual basis. So every day when you get up, all you have to do is say, okay, what on here have I not done? What stage am I in my process? Okay. And then you can be able to stay in step, right? So I just want to drop that to you right quick and let you know that this is easy, to do. But the biggest thing is, it's also easy not to do. Okay. And because of this easiness of it not to do, then guess what happens? It doesn't get done, right? And when the things that you want to accomplish, the biggest thing that gets in the way, as we talked about before, is that fear, right? That fear is that false evidence of being real. That's worrying about what the person's going to say. It's worrying about, whether you're going to give the commitment to your own self. Right? That's an inside fear. That's why we don't start a lot of things, because we say, hey, I'm not going to do it anyway. I'm just going to be real. I'm going to be honest with myself and with you. And then the only thing that is saying is that, hey, I've given up dreams, because we're not plugging you in to say, hey, sell our dreams, sell our pill, potion, lotion, wrap, or tea. What it is that you want to do with your life. Okay. Let us help you to do that. Right. Let us help you to become the person that you want to be. In order to be the person that you want to be, you have to first have the same emotions, the same step, the same execution that that person will do. Okay. And remember, guys, as I start to wrap this up, you have that Elevation Travel membership. And right now, I don't know when you're seeing this, but this is September 20th, 2020. And we still have a few memberships left, because right now it's $49.95 for the travel membership, up to 70% off. And that's for the year. A lot of people are paying $60 to $80 a month for this same type of deal. All right. So, guys, I want you always to understand we are here to help you. Once again, if you need any assistance, reach out to the individual to help you to enroll. But if that person has gone, gone away, they're not around, you can't reach them, just simply 805-387-3639. And I appreciate you plugging in. And like I say, what to do when you're new, and this is the only page that you'll ever need. All right? You have a good one. Peace.